Hey guys, GMs, welcome to a special edition of Inside NFTs. First off, this is not a Crypto Slam video in any way. Today I'm going to be talking about FXHash and their Marketplace 2.0 launch that's coming tomorrow. This is FXHash, the generative art platform on Tezos, now branching off onto the Ethereum platform as well. There's a ton of drops coming over the next week that's part of this launch experience, and I want to pick out some of my favorite drops. They might just be gorgeous art that catches my eye that I want to collect. There could be some that I see some opportunities on secondary markets. None of this is financial advice though. This is purely for art collectors and enjoyers. And again, this is a personal video as a collector and as a fan of this platform and the artwork there. So FXHash 2.0, yeah, they're going multi-chain like I said. From Tezos to Ethereum, artists can pick which chain they're going on, and they can put their art fully on chain. It's pretty fantastic. And if you want to learn a bit about FXHash's history, go to ArtGnome's profile on X. He wrote a great essay on it just yesterday. Tells you again the history of FXHash, how it started, about the founder of it. His name is Cipher, and he talks about the significance of some of the artwork here, but also the significance of having an art platform that's open for all artists. It's a great read. Definitely go check that out. Now here is the FXHash calendar for tomorrow. This officially launches at 8 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. Also, just a quick heads up, artists who are minting on Ethereum still cannot upload their piece to the site yet. The ability to do that's coming right down to the wire. I guess some coding work still being done on the site. But I do think there's a chance that this launch gets delayed. Maybe just a little bit, maybe a few hours, could be a few days, and maybe no delay at all. But I want to make sure you know that. And either way, it's not going to change the list of the art I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to all of it, by the way, but I am picking out some that looked extra special to me that I'm going to share with you here. So here's a look at the launch calendar on FXHash, and right at launch time tomorrow is the first piece that I am definitely going to be picking up. This is a collaboration from FXHash's founder named Cipher and Zena. Now, Cipher hasn't released an NFT in like a year and a half, so for that reason alone, this is a must grab for me personally. Cipher makes really incredible, I guess, cellular looking artwork, so this feels just like him. And Zena, as you can see here, has quite a following, so it's a really great pair here. Now, this drop has just got a question mark for its name, and we don't have any details other than it's going to be an open edition. I'm assuming this is going to be on Ethereum, but we don't have any price. But go into that one maybe collecting a little slice of history. Cipher's first drop on Ethereum. To me, that's really significant. And next on my list, I might butcher the name, but I think this is 1313. The piece itself is titled Depot. I'm assuming this is also an Ethereum drop. Now, why do I pick this? Well, I love the shapes. I love the color palette. And then looking through his previous collections, we'll look at Repeater first. You can see it has a 215 TES floor. It's been a while since we've seen secondary sales though, but that's a really solid floor to maintain. And we'll do the same with Mantle, which has a 42 TES floor, and that one does have a little activity recently. And Dismantle, I'm expecting the same thing, so let's take a look here. Yeah, so a 30 TES floor, and again, some recent activity. So I'm going to wait and see on the price there, but that's one I'm probably going to want to collect. I guess though, yeah, the price will matter a lot for this. Now, in my opinion, this Small Skulls and Monster Gaze drop is a major drop. That's dropping on Tezos. The price is 15 TES. Mark Knoll is an OG and a well-respected artist on FXHash, and he's most known for this Small Skull collection. That was a day one drop. Floor right now 179 TES, and we see action in that collection always. People just really love the Small Skull. People love Mark Knoll. And Jordy Gandil, who this is a collaboration with, well, go check their profile on X, but also look through Jordy's work on Foundation, on Nifty Gateway. Jordy's got collectors and incredible art. This is a really, really good pairing. So for 15 TES, I'm definitely grabbing this one. Okay, now Longform Blots by Sean Elliott. This is dropping on Ethereum at 0.0128 ETH. This is a drop that I think could be a serious contender for biggest drop of the day. The artwork itself is just absolutely stunning. Again, I love the texture, I love the colors on this, and it's all about the shapes. Now, Sean hasn't dropped on FXHash before, but here's the thing. Sean has 136,000 followers on X, so clearly people paying attention to his work. I've not looked at secondary or any of the other NFTs from Sean, but to me at 0.01 and with how gorgeous that collection looks, that is maybe a must grab for me. And this might be too. This is Peter Pasma. Hope I got that name right. The collection's named Block and Dues. Now, holders of the FX Tender Pass, well, they get first dibs on this collection. So basically a whitelist, and this will drop as a Dutch auction. It also does refund pass holders the difference from where you bought and where the piece ultimately sells out. And Peter's done some really interesting stuff with code. You can see this one's holding a 600 TES floor. So a significant artist with gorgeous work, this piece feels very different in his catalog. He describes it as an ode to soft lighting and diffuse surfaces. Very clean looking, very simple, and there's some something very appealing about that. That should be launching on Ethereum. Again, a Dutch auction. Definitely one to keep your eye on. Now, Boswell, again, hope I got that name right, also has a Dutch auction coming. Gorgeous piece of work, and they've also had some major success in some of their collections. September in particular, I think, is the one. Yeah, that has a 620 TES floor. Plenty of others in his collection also holding a decent floor, but this was the standout I recall. Now, Ella's Caustic Obstacles, that is also a partnership with FX Tender, so pass holders get first dibs, again via Dutch auction, and that will be on Ethereum too, I believe. Now, really gorgeous catalog of work, but I don't know that I'm grabbing that piece. I'm going to watch and see if it's selling. Putting this on your radar, maybe it's not officially on my list though. Now, IPP Sketch, again, hope the name is right, but his drop called Paradigm, that might be one of the drops of the day. Just an absolutely gorgeous collection here. Like, I'm hypnotized by it. I could go and look at outputs of that all day. In fact, can't wait to play with the outputs. But he also has significant collections in the past, in particular Sketch A, which I think was kind of a mint pass. Well, that's got a 680 TES floor, only 50 editions, so it's pretty small. So again, this might be drop of the day. FX Tender does get that Dutch auction and they get the whitelist first dibs. And yes, that is on Ethereum. That is one I'm almost definitely going for. And Casey Rees, yeah, this is a significant artist, has drops with art blocks, has other major platforms that he's dropped on. This is a Dutch auction starting at 1 ETH, dropping all the way down to 0.3 ETH if it makes it there, titled No Distance. Yeah, so he's released pieces through Bright Moments and art blocks, and some of his collections are still priced well over an ETH on secondary markets. Now, I don't know the edition size here, but I fully expect this to sell out, but the collection looks incredible, so I'll be watching this at Dutch auction, see how far it might come down. That might be a great one to pick up. Studio Yorktown, also one of the darlings of FXHash. His work is incredible, and this is another FX Tender partnership. This is also going to release on Tezos. Now, that's a Dutch auction. It's going to start at 256 TES, can drop all the way down to 64 TES. At 64 TES, I'm definitely in on that. It's got 128 editions. By the way, that IPP Sketch piece, 128 editions on that one. That is a Dutch auction that goes from 0.5 down to 0.1. And finally, we have Ratio by Nightsea. Now, this is an audio-visual piece, so I think it has some generative synthesizers. Very ambient. Love the color work in here. Definitely on my list, at least of one I'm watching. Because it's with FX Tender, that means it'll be a Dutch auction, and pass holders will have first dibs. My only reservation here is that audio-visual pieces can do really well. Look at something like Toccata on FXHash. In fact, I'm going to pull that up. Now, Toccata has a 520 TES floor. Very, very highly regarded collection. Hope you can hear that. Now, that was just a quick taste because I don't know how the audio is going to come through, but audio-visual, and that one has done really well over its lifespan. But there's something about that audio being a little more complete and easier to digest that plays a part in that secondary price. The more ambient droney type works, I don't see those having the same success on secondaries, and I've seen plenty of them. Something like Kriller on Ethereum. It's a stunning collection, one of my favorites this year, but there is no value on secondary markets. Collect this one if you love the art. I do love the art. I'm going to be watching this one. Now, the last drop I really have my eye on here, it's a Tezos drop from Anna Beller, and it's called Shape of Two. Sometimes I don't know what draws me to it, but this one's just caught my eye. It's the right price. It's the right vibe. I love everything about this piece. So this has made my list, and I'm probably going to be grabbing this. Okay, so that is my curated list, what I'm looking for tomorrow. Hopefully got you a little details of why I'm looking at those pieces. Trust me, there's plenty more I'm looking at too. Now, guys, again, go to ArtGnome's profile on X. Check out his article he wrote yesterday on FXHash 2.0. He's a fantastic writer, and the story he tells is really, really important to know, I think. Also, go check out FX Tender. Their profile is called Tender_art. Remember, again, they are the launch day partner with FXHash. And last but certainly not least, go find FXHash over on X. Follow them. They are so darn significant, not just to generative art, but the broader art ecosystem on the blockchain. Now with them expanding it to Ethereum, it's just a special platform, a special team. You have to follow FXHash, and you got to keep up with what they're doing. They are innovators. Okay, guys, I hope the video is at least a little useful for you. If you got questions, DM me. I'm always open to chatting about art especially. Appreciate you tuning in. I'll see you at the FXHash 2.0 launch tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Can't wait. See you guys there.